guys, how's everybody doing? It's Miska Cat 1 here, or Jen, back for another YouTube video. It is December 18th today. It is about 6:30 p.m. right now. You'll probably notice that I am not in my usual stitching recording spot. This is actually my stitching setup where I stitch. So I have my Christmas tree behind me, right over here, and I want to apologize for taking so long to get another video up. Life has been extremely hectic right now. The last video that I filmed was actually the day before I went to go pick up my mother. So she's here now. She's moved from a small town into a big city. So I've been trying to really kind of help her get to know the city and find her way around, and spending some extra time with her and whatnot else. So that's pretty much what I spent my week of holidays doing. I did not get nearly as much stitching done as I wanted to during that time period. But whatever, I mean, that's what happens. And then I got off of holidays, and I am now on my 14th consecutive day of work. So stitching has been suffering a little bit. My videos have obviously suffered. Just trying to keep up with the basics of life right now. So I do want to apologize. I also want to mention, in my last video, I started making that one stitching project, the Wisteria silk sampler for a customer of mine. I have finished it. I am still waiting for the bell pull hardware to get in from Stitching Bits and Bobs. So once that comes in, I'm gonna FFO that, and I'm looking really forward to that. So I guess I will show you my finish, since that's pretty much the only thing that I worked on. I also do want to say, with regards to this, I really feel like because I was pushing so hard to get this done, I kind of burnt myself out on stitching. So I've been knitting a little bit more in my free time, the little bit that I have. I have been doing a little bit of stitching, but it's been slim. So so here's my finish on the Silk Wisteria, and then after I show you the finish, I'm actually going to insert a video of the close-ups, and I'm going to kind of show you, the process of stitching it. So so here is my finish. Ooh, and like I say, I'm in a new stitching spot, so I'm going to play around with the lighting. So here is my finish on this one, and I am really happy with it. So again, like I say, I'm going to insert a video here of some close-ups, and you can watch that, and I will be back in a minute. Okay guys, so this is going to be my close-up video of my Silk Wisteria that I stitched for a customer of mine. I stitched this on 28 count linen, 32 count linen, I don't remember, in color Karma by Silk Weavers. So I think it's 28 count. We're gonna go with that. So this was a lot of fun to do. I really enjoyed it. This was my first time doing any work or embroidery with ribbon, so that was interesting. So I'm just going to walk you through kind of the chart and kind of how I stitched it. Again, I'm going to apologize in advance for some shaky camera movement because I'm trying to read off of my pattern, film this. I haven't found a good setup yet to hold my camera steady, so you're stuck with it in my hand, and I'm also going to be using my little laying tool as a pointer. So like I say, bear with me. I'm going to do the best that I can. If you, yeah, hopefully I'm not going to make anybody motion sick or or whatnot else. So, so this is the top gazebo part of the pattern. A lot of this is all just satin stitches. So this top bell part here is all satin stitches, and then the pillars are all satin stitches going down to the bottom. And then this bench is all just satin stitches. I'm actually going to insert a couple pictures right here to just kind of show how it kind of all came together. It was actually really interesting, I thought, you know, doing the satin stitches and then doing this trellis kind of work, and then laying the silk ribbon over top. It was actually really interesting. So I'm going to insert a couple pictures here of kind of the progress of how that all worked out. So that's kind of how that all worked out. So, so the first thing that you do is you do all the satin stitches. So you do the top part here, and then you do the side pillars, and then you do the satin stitches on the bench. I'm going to tell you right now, I had to frog this so many times. Again, this is something simple, requires basic counting, and clearly I can't count. So I had pretty much the entire gazebo done. I was doing these are called, oh, what are they? Sumatra? What are they called? Smyrna crosses? So these are called Smyrna crosses. These stitches right here along the top of the gazebo, and then around the hearts. Like I said, they're called Smyrna crosses. So I had done the entire gazebo, and then I was doing these crosses, and I got to the end, and I had this pillar way over here. And what I had done is I had done an extra row of the bell shape at the top. Had to pull the whole thing out. The whole thing, the whole gazebo pretty much had to come out. It was ridiculous. I was not happy at all about that. Because nobody wants to do that. Nobody in their right mind wants to pull out that much. So I did that. I restarted it pretty much from the get-go. Did the whole thing again. I learned from my mistake, and I did this inside pillar of satin stitches, and I did this inside pillar of satin stitches, and then I did the Smyrna crosses, and they all worked out. So I carried on with finishing the rest of the pillar and doing the trellis work, because that was brutal. It was not fun to that. And I figured if this doesn't work out, because of the style of chart that this is, the rest of it's just not going to work out either. So I decided to fix it, because I didn't think that there would be an easy way to frog the whole thing. So you do the satin stitches, you do the pillars, you do the bench. And the bench is actually little bits of hardanger. I should actually have a darker fabric underneath, but I don't really have a darker fabric. So the bench is hardanger with woven bars and dove's eyes in the middle. So that got done, and then you do the trellis work right here, which was really easy. It's all loose in the middle, so you just come up at point A, come down at point B, and then when you go the opposite way, you just weave it. So so it gives it that trellis look. And same with the top part here as well too. All of this green and all of this purple is actually silk ribbon, and that was actually really interesting to do. More time consuming than I originally thought, but it turned out really well, I think. So, and just the way that the ribbon twists, it kind of gives it an added texture to it as well too. And then there's this little tiny butterfly here. I might actually pull him out and maybe make the wings just a little bit bigger. I feel like he kind of gets a little bit lost on this fabric, but we'll see what happens. He still looks okay, but like I say, he's not too noticeable, so which I guess maybe is a good thing. So after you get all the silk ribbon in, you attach the beads. So there's 3 heart-shaped beads there, and then 1 heart-shaped bead up at the top around the Smyrna stitches. And then you do the bench. The next little bit that you're supposed to do is this Bragello grass, and this is actually 4 different colors. So this is the top part is, what is it? A watercolors. So this is watercolors. This color right here and this top color right here are a Merci wool blend, and then the color in between is just regular DMC. But I really love the way that the watercolors really looks on here. Just the color of it just adds a little bit of dimension. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful color. It's very extremely thick as well too, which is kind of surprising that that's what you use, but it turned out beautiful nonetheless. And then the next band on here is a couching. So it's actually a ribbon. I actually had a little piece right beside me that I was going to show you what it looked like before you actually stitch it down, and I'm not sure what I ended up doing with it. Yep, not sure where it went at all. So, sorry. So it is a relatively thick ribbon. It's got like a mesh around it, and it's got probably about 6 strands of, I want to say like blending filament in it as well too. And this is actually called it is called Frosty Rays is what it's called. And it is by the Rainbow Gallery. So if you're interested in seeing what it looks like, it is, like I say, called Frosty Rays by the Rainbow Gallery. So you basically come up at one end, you lay it all the way across at the other end, and then you take a krennic cord and you just couch down all the way across. And it kind of gives it that shimmery look. So that was the next band. The band after that is actually just some floral beads and just regular backstitch and cross stitch. So there are little beads. All the purple dots are beads, and then the rest, like I say, is just regular cross stitch and backstitch. So that was the next band that I did. And this other band that I did is called a waffle stitch. Sorry about that, guys. I ended up getting a phone call from the husband. So like I was saying, this is called a waffle stitch, and this is actually stitched in one strand of Gentle Art Tropical Ocean. It's a really pretty green, and it really gives a fantastic texture. It was really time consuming to do, but I really love the way that it turned out. The next band here is the Diamond Hem Stitch, and this is actually the first time where I've done hardanger where you don't do satin stitches on the side to kind of keep it all together. So what you do is that you actually do your cut in the middle, and you pull out every second thread going horizontally, and then the thread that's cut that you don't pull out, you actually weave it back through. And like you can see here, these are the ends of the thread that I actually ended up reweaving on the sides, and that's what keeps your fabric together. So this was the diamond hem stitch. So you do your cut work, and then you do some pulled thread. Come on, focus. Pulled thread, and then some beading in the middle. And it is really pretty, you guys. Like, it's so pretty. The camera's really not picking it up as well as it should, but it looks really good in person. So, so that was that band. And then we start getting into the actual the poem. So the first line was Kind Hearts Are the Garden. I did have to change the DMC color for this. It was supposed to be a lighter gray, and I just found that the fabric that I used, it was pretty much unnoticeable. So I went with, oh, I don't even remember what color it was. It was a little bit darker gray. I want to say 3371 is what I pulled out instead. So I just did that one small substitution. I think you can see it quite a bit better. So the next band is Lazy Daisy Stitch and road stitches. But you do the road stitch in the shape of a heart. So they turned out quite cute. The Lazy Daisies were really kind of hard to get them to look petal shaped. I kind of kept losing the actual shape of the Lazy Daisy, but the majority of them I think turned out all right. So, and then the road stitch just in I believe I used just a regular DMC white. So I did that, and then there are little beads at the top of each of them. So I really like the way that these turned out, and they add such a nice dimension to like the piece. So because they are quite thick once you get them all done. And then the next band that I did was the Frosty Rays ribbon again. So the same thing as before, you come up at one end, you come down at the other end, and just couch in the krennet cord to attach it. So that was that one. The next one was a silk herringbone, which is this pink line right here. This was actually really easy to do. This is just in a anchor thread. And it's really quite simple to do. So the next one is another piece of pulled thread hardanger. So that's kind of the close-up of it. So same deal as the top one, is you do your cut thread work in the middle, So you do your cut here, and then you pull out every second one completely, and then the ones that are still remaining you just weave through again. So you can see my ends again off to the side. So, but that keeps the rest of your thread from unraveling. So it's really quite simple for anybody that's interested in trying. I know it looks intimidating, but once you do more of it and you get a little bit more comfortable with it, I mean, it's always still scary to cut holes in your fabric, but I like the extra challenge. So so that was that band, and then we get to the next band of words, which says kind thoughts are the roots, followed by the Bargello roots down at the bottom. And I believe this one has the Ocean Sampler thread in it as well too. And then there is just regular DMC and some silver krennet cord in there as well too. So it's really quite, it's a little bit sparkly, which is really nice. So and then we get into some more ribbon work. So this one uses both the pink and the mauve ribbon and the Lazy Daisy stitches. So what I did is I did all the Lazy Daisies first, and then you do one stitch of the pink ribbon all the way across, and then you do 2 stitches of the mauve to kind of make the petals around it. And it's actually really quite pretty and really quite effective. So so that was that band. And then we get into another pulled thread hardanger piece. And this one's a little bit similar to the first one that I did, where you add the beads in between. They're so shiny, the camera is really struggling to focus. But again, you do your cut work in the middle, pull out the threads, weave them in, do your pulled thread work, and then attach your beads in the center. So happy with that one as well too. And then just another line of dialogue, which is kind words are the blossoms. And this was the band that I struggled with the most. There's actually a lot involved with this one. So you do the Smyrna crosses all the way across in just a white pearl thread. Then where is it? Then you do the silk ribbon to make the little leaves around the roses. The hearts are just regular crosses, and then adding the beads was not a big deal. These flowers are actually the mauve ribbon. Let me see if I can get... it's not going to focus. But you basically come up... This one's my favorite. This one turned out really... this one right here. This one looks really pretty. They all turned out different. It was really hard to get them all consistent. You basically come up with your ribbon, you twist it a whole bunch of times, and you go back down one hole up or down. And as the ribbon gets pulled through the fabric, it kind of twirls around itself and creates a rose shape. So some of them are a little bit tighter than others. Some of them look more rose-like. I actually had to do this band several times because they kind of fell loose as I was working on the rest of my sampler. what I eventually ended up doing is I took one strand of the anchor pink color that I used in the herringbone stitch up above, and I actually came up the center of each rose and kind of tacked it down the best that I could without making it too obvious. This one here, the third one in, it still looks a little funny, but I'm hoping just that little bit of tacking will kind of hold them in place, because I would hate for them to fall apart. So, but that was probably the hardest part of this whole piece. That was harder than the heart hanger and the cut work, those roses right there, but I'm happy with the way they turned out. So that was that band, and then the next one is called Scotch Diamonds, and this is in the tropical ocean thread as well too. And again, it's quite an interesting stitch. It looks really effective, and just the texture that's given from just the way that you do the stitch is really pretty, and it's so shiny. Like, just, it's really interesting the way that you pull your thread, how it changes the whole look of it. So, and then this was the last band of the pulled thread work. So same as all the other ones. Do your cut in the middle, pull out every second one, weave it through, and then do the pulled thread work. So, but I'm really happy with the way that one turned out too. And that one is just like a hemstitching pulled thread, I want to say. So kind of the same as one of the upper pieces, just kind of reverse. So they did the pulled thread on the bottom, and this time you do it more on the top. So, and then the other two, you do the pulled thread kind of more in the middle. So, so they're all a little different, but, and then another line of backstitching words. So kind deeds are the fruits. And then this band here was really easy. It was just straight cross stitch for the leaves, backstitch them, and then the grapes are just some beadwork. So they turned out really good as well too. And then, oh sorry, I forgot, there was another row of the Frosty Rays ribbon that you couch down, and then the fruits, but and then the heart hanger hearts were the end. So just some satin stitches. You do all that first, do your cut work, do your woven bars, and then the dove's eyes. And then you just attach your beads, and it was actually pretty simple, you guys. It looks really pretty. I love the way that the hearts look. Pretty happy with my dove's eyes. I don't know anybody else in real life that does heart hanger, so I don't have anything to really compare my work to, but you know what? I'm pretty happy with it. So, so that's my finish on Silk Wisteria. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I apologize for the crappy handheld camera taping, but like I said, I hope you're happy with this. I think it turned out beautiful. I can hardly wait to get the whole thing finished so I can give it to my client. I really hope that she's gonna love it. And yeah, now the next thing to do is just wait for my hardware to come in and take it to the fabric store and pick out some colors that are going to go around it. So when that happens, I will show you guys. It probably won't be in this video, the complete finish of it, but I will definitely take a picture and show you guys when it's all finished. So thanks for watching my making of my Silk Wisteria, and I'm going to put you back onto the other video now. Thanks, guys. So I hope you all enjoyed that little video. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun stitching it. I can hardly wait to give it to my customer. I hope that she will like it as much as I do. The whole thing took me approximately about 3 weeks to do, so it was kind of a quick stitch. I had some issues with counting when I started. I probably explained that all in the video, so I'm not going to repeat myself, but I did really enjoy stitching that project. So I guess the only other thing that I really kind of have to show you is I've been working on, now that that's finished, I've been working on my Lakeside Needlecraft Sal. I am very far behind on this. I've barely gotten anything done. It's on my Q-snaps right now and I'm not going to take it off because I'm still actually working on November. So there is my November little goblin. I did not get any more background done. I did not get, I don't even remember, I think it's a leaf or a snowflake or something that goes there. I did not get any of that done. I'm actually hoping to finish him up in the next day or two, and then I can make some progress on the next December block. I really want to catch up before January. This is actually the first time I've been reasonably keeping up with a stitch along, and I would really like to kind of keep that up. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that I can be back where I'm supposed to be come the new year. So that is my progress on my Lakeside Needlecraft Sal. Again, I am stitching that on Crystal Pansy, Belfast 32 count by Picture This Plus. I'm still really enjoying the fabric. I really like that I picked this specific fabric out, and I'm substituting all the threads for variegated silks or cottons, and just any silks that I have in my stash. I'm just trying to get some of them, get some use out of them. So it's been fun doing that. It's a lot more work than I originally thought it was going to be, but I am still really enjoying it. So now what? The other project that I am going to probably focus on working on now that the Wisteria Silk Wisteria is done is actually one of my Hades. I did pull it out. I put it on my scroll rods. I have not had very much chance to work on it at all. But this is actually one of, where is it? One of the Heaven and Earth Bulletin Board stitch-alongs. This was from 2015, and this is the design that I picked out. It is Quick Stitch Christmas Presents by Miles Pinkley. This is only 150 wide by 135 high, so and that is on 25 count, so it would be about a 6 by 5 3/8. I'm however stitching it on 32 count, so it's going to be about 4 3/4 by 4 1/4 when I'm all done with it. This one has been very sorely neglected, but I figured 'tis the season, I should probably pull out something Christmassy. So this is what I decided on. And this whole chart is basically a full page, an almost full page, and then 2 little partial pages at the bottom. And like I say, this is from 2015. I, like I say, sadly neglected it. I had very good intentions of finishing it that first year, and that just didn't happen. But I'm going to show you where I am right now. I pretty much only have about a page to finish it, and I think I'm going to use this as kind of my first project to finish off from the Stitch from Stash. I'm going to count what I have remaining as a page finish, so I can earn a little bit of spending money with doing that. So this is what I have done so far, and the lighting is really not very good. It's a little bit better, but it's really far away for you guys. But this is my quick stitch Christmas presents. So I really actually do love the look of the Santa. I am not a Christmas person whatsoever, but I really do love the look and feel that he reminds me of, like the Coca-Cola Santa, like very old school. Yeah, so like I say, this is where I am right now. I have about, like I say, about a page left to stitch on him, and I'm hoping to finish him up. For some reason, I don't know how you guys blast through like a Heaven and Earth design page in a matter of 2 weeks or whatnot else. I'm struggling with this, guys. There's a lot of confetti. I think especially the quick stitches have a lot more confetti and color changes and whatnot else. But like I said, I want to get this one finished up and off of my plate. Next year, because of the Stitch from Stash, I have several small projects that I do actually want to work on. I want to start them. I want to finish some of the smaller ones that I do, but my Hades and my Tilton, and I actually have a Love Thy Thread as well too that's on the go. They have been very sorely neglected the last couple of years, so I really want to get some progress done on those, and I'm hoping, because Stephanie has so kindly allowed us to count page finishes on full project cross stitches towards finishes for our accumulation of stash or whatever, that's what I'd really like to try working on. So I also want to give a shout out to Kimberly Little. I hope I got that right. She is actually my postcard pal. So I've been interacting with her. She has been awesome to interact with. She actually sent me a message a couple days ago, but I've been so busy with work I haven't had a chance to respond yet. So Kim, I have not forgotten about you. Please don't forget about me. And I want to say a big thank you to Stephanie for setting this up. I'm looking really forward to taking part in this challenge. I have been spending a little bit, not nearly as much as what I normally probably would have, but I have gotten some new stash. I was one of those people as well too that kind of freaked out, and I can't buy anything next year, so I'm going to kit up a few more things before and while I still have the chance to. So I do have a couple new projects kitted up. I'm not going to go through all the supplies for them because a lot of them is just DMC and whatnot else. So I also do want to show off. I believe Stephanie started a new group or a new event for the Stitch from Stash, and it is New Year, New Start, Old Stash. So this is one of the ones that I went and bought the threads for because I absolutely love this chart. I bought the chart actually last year before I started doing YouTube videos, so you guys haven't seen me show this one off yet. But this is Jenny Bean's Halloween Sampler by the Shakespeare's Peddler, and this is what it looks like. Sorry about the glare. But this one, I think, is going to be my New Year, New Start project, if I have one. I don't know. I'm not huge into the new starts, but this one actually says, "When I am dead and in my grave and all my bones are rotten, if you see, pray think of me, or I will be forgotten." And I absolutely love this. So this will be, like I say, if I do a New Year, New Start, this will be my New Year, New Start. So I did get the Gentle Art Sampler threads the ones that I needed to do this one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So like I say, that will be my possibly new start. I did end up getting a few more things in the mail. I had to actually order the thread pack for the silk wisteria from Wisteria Sampler. So I couldn't just order a thread pack. So I did get a couple more charts from Wisteria Sampler. So the ones that I picked are the Green Earth Sampler, so I got this one, and I also got the Fresh Air Sampler, and I also got the Crystal Water Sampler. And I really have to say, the more of the Wisteria Sampler pieces that I do, the more I love them. They stitch up relatively fast, and I love the variety of stitches. I love the variety of threads that you get to use. I love the little bits of hardanger that are in it. So I love all of that, and I am just amazed at how well the instructions are, that they're so easy to follow. They're so easy to follow. So I got those three, and then when I was at my L&S picking out threads for my Jenny Bean's Halloween sampler, I ended up picking up this one. And some of you may have seen this chart already. This is actually Alice by RETM. And the lady that owns the store was actually stitching this, and I absolutely love it. I love Alice's dress. I just think it's so cool. So I did get this chart. Yeah, so I'm really happy with that one. This one I think will be a relatively easy stitch as well too, and it just calls for DMC threads, so it shouldn't be too expensive to kit up. I also probably have a similar piece of fabric in my stash somewhere that I can use for this piece. I guess that's it, you guys. This is going to be a really short video. I kind of apologize for that, but you know, 'tis the season, and I hope everybody is ready for the holidays. I am certainly trying to get all my ducks in a row. I feel very far behind because of working so much, and it's been crazy right now. I'm hoping that the Christmas presents that I ordered in the mail are actually going to arrive, so I'm a little stressed out with that. I went out and bought backup gifts the other day just in case some things don't make it. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a very Merry Christmas. I wish you all the best in the new year. I'm not sure when my next video is going to be. It will be in the new year sometime. Maybe I'll try vlogging as part of my New Year's resolution. I think because of how busy my life is kind of getting, that might be a little bit easier instead of trying to sit down and film a full-on hour-long video. It might work out better that way, but we'll see. The new year can hold some very interesting things, I think. So like I say, Merry Christmas, everybody. I wish you all the best in the new year. Thank you all for liking, subscribing, and commenting on my videos. I appreciate each and every one of them. You guys are awesome, and I do apologize for this taking so long to get together. But thank you for sticking with me and patiently waiting. I appreciate it, and I will see you all in the new year. Take care, guys. Bye.